Hey guys, welcome to Tickzon Scheme, where we try to turn our hindsight into your foresight. Ribbit. Welcome to the video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It helps us out and it is free. But is it possible that if I kiss this frog, it will turn into a beautiful princess? Well, I guess let's find out. Yeah, nothing happened. But for yourself, is it possible that you will be a success? I guess it's possible. Is it possible for you to be a failure? Is it possible for you to see yourself on the moon? Is it possible to see yourself in a rural, undeveloped area? Is it possible for you even to take it more abstract? When we were young, who knew it was going to be possible for us to see the first black president, quote unquote, in America? Who knew as well that we would be able to see, who thought it was possible for Trump to become president? Well, besides the Simpsons. Who knows? Is it possible that Nigeria could win the World Cup? I mean, I'ma keep on dreaming. But at the same time, who knew that Leicester had it in them to win the Premier League? Mind you, the season before Leicester City won the Premier League, they were in a relegation battle, as in they were about to leave the league. When they started the season, the probability of them winning the Premier League was 5,000 to 1. And they did it anyway. Now, is it probable that that's going to happen again this season? Who knows? But how does this apply to you? In our life, we have a lot of things we tell ourselves that is possible for us. A lot of things we tell ourselves, which are we able to achieve? And, you know, I look at this. You know, Forrest Gump said, life's like a box of chocolates. Well, today we're going to look at it as a gumball machine. And I've eaten too many of this. Firstly, pause, go into the comments. Can you guess how many is in this beautiful contraption? Now, I'm going for a yellow. Now, let's see if I can get it. I got a blue, and I got another blue. Can I get a third blue? And I got a green. Now, life is unpredictable in that we don't know what we're going to get until we turn the thing, until we turn the switch. But we have to keep on going, and we have to keep on pushing. This is 2020, and 10 years ago, at 2010, I was in Nigeria in a boarding school getting flogged and whipped for my clothes not being ironed. And, you know, 10 years prior to that, I was just a little youth in Tottenham. Just how cheer it ends, going to primary school, minding my own business. What you think is possible for yourself and what you think is probable for yourself are sometimes two different things, and sometimes the important thing you need to be worrying about is what you believe is possible for yourself. Now, I am a big believer of, instead of the concept of impossible, it's not in my vocabulary. It is the idea that if something is impossible, all I just change that to is, I've said it before, I take an apostrophe and a space and I turn it to "am possible." Ultimately, Leicester City having a 5,000 to 1 odds of them succeeding. Their probability was 5,000 to 1. And your probability in your mind for you succeeding or being the first person in your family or your generation to succeed in a certain thing, whether it's to go to university, to pass an exam, to do anything, for you, the probability is very low. Sure, it's possible, but the probability is low. But what people don't understand is that you are ultimately a sum of your decisions, and your decisions are typically informed by your mindset and how you perceive the world and how you see yourself. And what do I mean? You win in life by your decisions you make on a day-to-day basis. Success is basically consistent action of little decisions made every day. Similarly, Leicester City, how did they win the league? They won the league by winning every game along the way. Well, not every game, but most of the games. And that's the thing, you're not going to win at every game. Life's going to give you disappointment. I wanted 3 in a row of a colour. I got 2 blues and a green. I should stop eating this because it's not good for my teeth. I was hoping for a yellow, but what do you do? I got a third blue. And that's just life. Now, as long as you continue pushing yourself in consistent action, you will be able to change what seems impossible for yourself to what is more likely. You know, you put yourself in a position. Most people didn't believe Trump was going to win the election until a week before, even until the day of election. But what happened? He kept on pushing, he kept on striving. And for you guys, most of you in your own personal lives, if you actually reflect, most of you have actually been able to defy the odds in your life. You know, that exam you thought you were going to flop, that that driving test you thought you weren't going to make, university, some of you man worked and it was stressful, but were able to get through it. And that is what life is. It's a sea of possibilities, but the probability of what's going to happen changes on a day-to-day basis based on how much action and energy you put into it. And that's why it all comes to how you see yourself and how you see life. Now, life is not fair. We all have different levels of privilege. Now, if I'm playing blackjack, ooh, that card flew out. I don't know what 7 cards I'm going to get. But whenever I get into the game, I don't care what cards I'm dealt, I believe that I'm going to win the game. And that's how ultimately how we have to change suit. That's ultimately how we have to operate when it comes to our lives. We are all dealt our cards, our 7 cards. And the question of whether you're going to win that game, it's not about how hard you work. Ultimately comes to how smart you work. You don't get ahead in this world by working hard, you get ahead by working smart. Now, if you imagine blackjack, you can't finish on a power card. Now, you can now say, okay, I'm hitting this person, I'm hitting this person, but you'll never be able to finish if you keep leaving the power cards. It's about strategic action. I hit you with a pick 2, I change the suit, I come over there, you put the queen, you covered the queen, final card 10, and I win. Just like that. And that's ultimately how we have to play our cards with our lives. Now, ultimately, is it possible that you will fail, you will be successful? Yes. Is it possible for you to be rich? Yes. Is it possible for you to be a change agent and change your family, change your world, change the people around you? Yes. But is it also possible for you to flop? Yes. Now, if you believe, it all comes down to how you see where you are able to achieve. And if you believe it's possible for yourself and you strive for that possibility, then the probability will increase. So when you ask yourself, what is possible? It was a 40 million to 1 chance of you being born. It's a 40 million chance to me being born. Look at me here with my brother. Beautiful pair of people in it. But that probability, that possibility of you being here, it's that moment that your mom and your dad played that football match, and just like Leicester City, they got a trophy like you. And what you're able to achieve in this world is immense. And ultimately, the only person who can really hold you back is yourself, because you're the only person accountable for how far you get in this world. Sure, there's people around you, but your destiny is in your control. And if you don't take control of your destiny and you don't take control of where you're going, then what is possible for you slowly shifts for you what is impossible. Now, you take inspiration from the countless things that you've been able to achieve. But I do believe that what is possible will be dictated by you. As for me, what is possible is limitless. Never hold yourself back and never see yourself as a failure. Sure, you may have flopped here or there, but ultimately how you pick yourself up is a more defining character of who you can be and who you will be in this life or in this future. And when setback comes, it's a blessing. Most of you that are hard on yourself are more times than not doing better than what you actually believe you're doing. Learn to forgive yourself, but don't learn to give yourself a short leash. Keep pushing, because what is possible is completely unknown to you, but you have to keep on striving to make it more probable. Like Eminem said, there's no point in playing the game if there ain't no chance for you to win. And I got another blue. So life can sometimes work for you, but sometimes there's a lot of blessings in chaos. Because in those moments where you're pushed out of your comfort zone, You learn a lot, and ultimately, where you see yourself in 10 years' time, where will I be? Hey, give me my sweets. Where would I be in 10 years? 10 years ago, I was getting flogged. 10 years later, there's money in my account. I was hungry back then. 10 years earlier, I was in ends. And now, the next 10 years, where can I be? So understand, like, a year is not that long. Where you can be or where you end up is literally some of the decisions you make on a day-to-day basis. And you never know where you're going to end up in the next 10 years. Now, hopefully, in the next 10 years, I hope I'm happy. There's a very big possibility, but the probability of it comes down to, am I actually actively doing stuff to make myself happy and moving in that direction? So hopefully, I see you there. We get there. We have a happy day. And yeah, how many did you think was in here? Drop it in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Take care, guys. Love.